Morning guys, Rich here, and this morning I've got 5 really useful RC car tips for you. This is the first in the series of car tips videos that I've got, because I've got about 20 or 30 of these which I think are going to be really good, really useful for people, and they're all either free or very low cost indeed. So without more ado, let me get that camera down and show you the first 5 of the really useful RC car tips. Okay guys, my really useful RC car tip number 1 is to do with slipper clutch pads. This is the one from my Armour Granite 4x4 4S BLX, which should feature on this channel very shortly indeed. Now these slipper clutch pads, they either will stay in place and not fall off at all, or they will just fall off continuously. If they do fall off continuously, here's the ideal solution. Simply get some Elmer's glue or Pritt stick, depending on where you are in the world. It doesn't need much on it, just a tiniest little bit on the back there. You don't want it on the front face on there, so let's clean that off out of the way. Okay, now all we're going to do, simply pop that back on in place, making sure we don't get any of the glue on the front face of the thing. Well, there we are with the Elmer's glue holding it in place. It's not like super glue or anything. You're going to be able to easily remove the pad, yet at the same time it holds it nicely in place while you're rebuilding your slipper clutch. So that's the first of my really useful RC car tips. Just remember guys, if you like what you see today, don't forget to subscribe. And RC car tip number 2 is to do with Velcro battery straps, guys. Now, what's the big deal here, Richie? Well, I bite my fingernails a lot, and when these Velcro straps are down on there tight, particularly if you've got any water in the car and are wet or anything like that, they can be an absolute devil to get the end of that thing loose. So I've got a very simple solution for this one, and that is very simply to take the scissors and trim, and not cut the end off the Velcro, but cut the little hooks off of here. So we're not wanting to do is cut the actual strap itself, but what we are doing is cutting all the little hooks off the end of here, so we're going to left be with like a bare bit on here. But anyway, careful use of your scissors. Probably a little pair of nail scissors would be better for doing this. And with that done, the Velcro strap is going to be nice and easy to peel off every time. So you're just taking about 5 or 6 mil off the strap. So that's tip number 2. Okay guys, now RC car tip number 3. Body clip protectors. Now some Traxxas cars come with these in them, and people often wonder what the heck they're for. Don't put them on the car, maybe even throw them away. You can actually buy these, I think in about packs of 10 from Traxxas. What are they used for? How are they useful? Well, you simply pop them over your body post like this. You could glue them on the underside of the body, but what it does is when the body clip is through there, it stops the body clip, any possibility of the body clip being pulled through your body in the event of a hard landing. This catches on something and the body clip wants to tear itself through there. The body clips stop that. As I say, the body clips are available from Traxxas. They do come with some Traxxas cars, but they will fit to any RC car, as I've just shown on the Armour Granite here. When it comes to RC car tip number 4 today guys, it's to do with the on-off switch. This may not be a problem on all cars, but it's a very simple thing to do. But this is probably the most simple out of all the tips to do. Always make sure your RC car turns on by pushing the switch to the front of the car. If it doesn't, and you're turning the car on by sliding the switch to the back of the car, turn the switch around so that when the button is slid forwards, it goes on. This is because what can happen is under a hard landing, that switch can move forwards, shutting the power to your car off. So always make sure the switch is in the on position at the front and the off position towards the back. Nice, simple, free, but it'll save you a lot of heartache. Okay guys, now RC car tip number 5 is to do with hex pins. So what happens on some RC cars is the minute you remove the hex, the pin drops out. And this can become mildly annoying. If you're trying to do a very complex job, it can become very annoying. Nice simple fix for this one, which is take a tiny little blob of shoe goo, put it on your hex pin on there, slide it back through the drive shaft, wiping away any excess shoe goo that is on the outside of the pin. And if you leave that for a few hours, the pin will then just set itself in place, but not so hard that you can't easily remove it in future, but it will stop that annoying tendency for hex pins to continuously fall out of the hole when you undo them, and for them to fall out and disappear into that black pit known as my garage floor. That problem, I'm sure, will be very dear to the heart of many of us. So there we are guys, that's today's 5 really useful RC car tips. Hope they're of use. If they are, do feel free to share this video with friends, and if you love them, want to see more like them, then don't forget to subscribe, as there's lots more coming this summer. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.